Hello everyone, in this video we're going to draw a kitten. Start by drawing a circle as a guide for the head. To draw the circle, first make two small marks to indicate the circle's length, and then on the sides make two more small marks to indicate the circle's width. Then connect the marks using curved lines to finish the shape of the circle. The circle doesn't have to be perfect, but if you're having trouble drawing it, just trace the outer edge of a coin, a bottle cap, or anything else with a circular edge. Below that, draw a big circular shape as a guide for the body. Use the 4 marks method to draw this shape as well. First make a few small marks to indicate the sides of the shape, and then connect the marks using curved lines to finish the circular shape. Pay attention to the size of this shape in relation to the head. Sketch lightly at first so that it's easy to erase if you make a mistake. Also, pause the video to draw at your own pace. Inside the head circle, draw a curved horizontal line. This is a construction guide that will help you place the facial features later. At the top, draw a curved vertical line for another construction guide. On the bottom part of the head, draw a small circle as a guide for the muzzle. The muzzle should be small in relation to the head. On top of the head, draw 2 triangular shapes as guides for the ears. Make the tips of the shapes pointy. The sides of the shapes should be curved. Under the body, draw a long thin shape as a guide for the front leg. Draw 2 sloping vertical lines for the sides of the leg. Close off the shape at the bottom with a horizontal line. To the left, draw a curved shape as a guide for the other front leg. Curve the bottom of this shape so that it's similar to the letter U. Make this shape shorter because the leg is stepping forward. On the right side, draw another long thin shape as a guide for the hind leg. Make this shape smaller than the front leg because it's farther away. At the top, draw a long curved shape as a guide for the tail. Draw this shape using 2 curved lines. Make the tip of the tail pointy. And that's it for the guidelines. Now let's start on the final drawing. Inside the head, lightly sketch 2 small circles for the eyes. Place the eyes on top of the horizontal construction guide and on either side of the vertical guide. The eyes should be small in relation to the head. Draw the eyes close to the muzzle. When you get the sizes and positions of the eyes right, darken the shapes. As you darken the shapes, make the sides pointier for the corners of the eyes. Make the inner corners of the eyes bigger by adding longer lines. The inner corners of the eyes should point down toward the muzzle. Draw a couple of curved lines around the eyes. Keep these lines close to the shapes of the eyes. Inside each eye, off to the side, draw a tiny circle for highlights. In the middle of the eyes, draw ovals for the pupils. Make the tops and bottoms of the pupils pointy. Shade in the pupils but don't overlap the tiny highlight circles. Inside the muzzle, lightly sketch a small triangle for the nose. Place the nose close to the right edge of the circle. When you get the size and position of the nose right, darken the shape. Draw curved lines on the sides of the shape for the nostrils. Draw a short line on the bottom of the nose. Darken the top part of the nose using a wavy line. Under the nose, draw a small angled line for the mouth. The shape of the mouth should be similar to an upside-down letter V. Draw a few curved lines on the sides for the sides of the muzzle. Draw these lines along the edges of the initial circle. Under the mouth, draw a curved line for the chin. Use a series of short strokes as you draw this line to create a furry texture. Use the triangular shape on the top left side as a guide to draw the ear. Darken the shape of the ear but make the bottom tips longer. Add a series of short strokes at the bottom for the furry base of the ear. Use the triangular shape on the right as a guide to draw the other ear the same way. Add a few short strokes within the shape for the ear's furry opening. Use the first circle as a guide to draw the rest of the head. Darken the basic path of the circle using short strokes to create the furry shape of the head. Make the sides of the head wider than the initial circle. Use the shape under the middle part of the body as a guide to draw the front leg. Darken the guides to create the shape of the leg. Curve the lines to emphasize the structure. At the bottom, draw a curved shape for the foot. Inside the foot, draw a few short lines to separate the toes. Darken the shape on the left to create the other front leg. Make the lines a bit more curved as you darken the shape. Now darken the smaller shape on the right to create the hind leg. Make the bottom part slightly wider for the foot. Inside the foot, draw a few short lines to separate the toes. Between the front legs, draw a couple of short lines for the visible section of the other hind leg. Use the remaining shapes and lines as guides to draw the rest of the body. Simply darken the outer edges of the guides to create the shape of the body. Use a series of short strokes as you darken the lines to create a furry texture. Darken the shape at the top as well for the tail. Now erase the initial guidelines. The next few steps are sped up so that the video isn't too long. Don't worry about erasing all of the guidelines. It's okay if you leave some behind. Redraw any of the final lines that you may have accidentally erased. Now shade your drawing. For a tabby pattern like this, use a darker value to create stripes. Shade lightly at first and gradually build up to darker values. For light values, push down very lightly on your pencil, then push down harder for darker values. Use a light value to shade the eyes. Don't overlap the tiny highlight circles as you shade the eyes. As you shade, use strokes that go in the direction of the fur. On the head, the strokes radiate outward from the nose. Alternate between a dark and light value to create more stripes. Leave a few sections around the eyes, the muzzle, and the ears blank for the white fur. Slowly and gradually add more value to your drawing. Push down slightly harder on your pencil to make the values darker. Shade the body using short strokes too. Separate each stroke a bit so that the white of the paper comes through and creates a furrier texture. Leave the feet and chest blank for white fur. Use a darker value throughout the body to create some shadows. Shadows will give the figure more dimension and volume. Draw a cast shadow at the bottom using a medium value. Shading can be time-consuming, so be patient and take breaks. Keep shading until you're happy with the result. And that's it for the kitten. Don't forget to pause the video to draw at your own pace. Also, please visit howtodrawanimals.com where every step of this tutorial is broken down into an individual image. That's how, and then the number 2, then drawanimals.com. If you'd like to support my channel, please consider buying my books on Amazon. I'll leave a link in the description below. And if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, a comment, and subscribe for more videos in the future. Thank you for watching, and until next time, keep drawing.